Hi Oliver, my name is Miguel, and I'm doing this recording video presentation about the video conference 2. So let's begin. We have a few topics to talk here in this conference. The first, also the globally theme that we touch in this conference is punctuation and how to deal with that. We have a lot of points of analysis. The first one is the end punctuation. The second one is the commas, the coordinating conjunction, and when to use commas in the coordinated conjunction. The apostrophes, the quotation mark, the semicolons, and the three common mistakes that students and people that are learning English they currently have. So let's begin. And so in the first part, they talk about the end of punctuation. So they have 3 points of end to end punctuation. The first one is a period, the second one is the question mark, and the third one is the exclamation point. And in the comparative with Spanish, we don't use in English at the beginning of the sentence. We only use in English as the final of the sentence, at last sentence. So it's different. This is the end punctuation because you only put this quotation, these symbols at the end of the sentence. So, like if I say I am going to sleep, period, that's one example of end punctuation. Or where is Michelle? Where was he? Where was she going? And then at the end I put the question mark. There is an example of an punctuation. Also an exclamation point. I forget to enter my essay the last Friday, where was the deadline for the final essay of English, and then I put an exclamation point. This is really like confusing, but if you can understand and you can determine it when you see someone talking like really like when he emphasize some tone in the words that he's saying. So in that point you can recognize when someone is talking. However, when someone is writing like a book, maybe it's not notable. That's the reason because they invent the exclamation point just to emphasize that accent. So let's move to commas. So in the commas, they give you a really clear explanation about two ways of use commas. So when you said I like dogs, CrossFit, and debating, you can use both ways. The common way that people use nowadays is only putting commas in CrossFit, and that's it. Like I like CrossFit, debate, and I don't know what else I said, but and I don't know, finance. I can say. So in that case, um, they only use one comma between CrossFit and I don't know, debating, and in the space of and they don't use any comma. However, like Oliver, you just told us that we have to use that comma also because it's a way um, to express properly in English and to use well these commas because it's traditionally correct. And the third point, it was the coordinating conjunction. So we have this fanboys. However, I have more coordinating conjunction. So like even though or however, like when you use these words, they are dependent from the last sentence. So you must use a comma um, before, yeah, yeah, before you use this coordinating conjunction. So you have like a lot of examples like no, but, however, yet. So like if you said I really like CrossFit even though it hurts my articulation. uh, when you said I like CrossFit, you have to put a comma at the end of that, and you say even though I like CrossFit, because you are using a coordinated conjunction in that sentence, so you must do that. And also when you use firstly, secondly, also when we are debating, like you have like to use, if you are writing like an argument, you have like to put firstly comma, and then the premise one is I don't know, that the people enjoy to live in democracy because it increases happiness in the society. So if you put firstly comma and your premise or your claim, you're right. And then yeah, for explaining something is a very useful thing to use commas. So if you're mentioning, I don't know, shopping, the prime minister of the Republic of China, um, and you are saying like shopping, the current president of China declared himself a dictator the last week in the Republic of China. And when you're like explain who is he, who is shopping, you have to use comma. So shopping, comma, the current president of the Republic of China. You end up with a comma, and then you send the you said the the sentence well, like he declared himself the dictatorship of China last week. So it's a really good way to do that.